The second thing would be using everyday words, and this is a big one. You know what, sometimes I edit other people's writing, I edit other people's speeches, and sometimes it just goes smoothly, but sometimes people get back to me and they say, oh no, Alexei, this is not what I was trying to do. I was trying to sound, beautiful. I was, leave it as it was. It sounds cooler this way. Or, no, it's much more precise. And these are three words, beautiful, cool, and precise, which for me sounds something which is clearly not everyday language, right? People trying to artificially make their words prettier. Three kinds of jargon. Number one, obscure or pretentious words. Words like, herein, or visual representation when they mean simply picture. Abstract concepts and different buzzwords like synergy platform or total quality management. And thing number three, and I will go soft on that one, technical terms like habeas corpus, cathode, SDRAM, which by the way is the same thing as DRAM, or SCOTUS, which is, in case you don't know, Supreme Court of the United States. Now, if you want to say commencement address, I understand there's no other way to say that. However, if you want to say commencement meaning to begin or to start, I don't know, just start. Use the simple word which just signals what you want to say. Try to use everyday words you use when conversing with your friends or relatives. Don't anticipate, expect. Don't attempt, try. Don't demonstrate, show or prove. Don't implement, start. In the event that you have to use those kinds of phrases, I'll replace them with just if. Don't submit, send, and don't terminate, cancel things, right? Secondly, avoid what they call hidden verbs. Don't conduct an analysis, analyze. Don't present a report, just report. Don't do an assessment, assess. Don't provide assistance, help. And don't come to the conclusion, but rather simply conclude. So we've dealt with the first one. The second and the third are actually part of the same equation. Let me clarify what I mean. Managers love to use importantly sound grand words like synergistic approach, things like that. And of course, it's been a subject of numerous parodies. This is just one example. We must all efficiently operationalize our strategies, invest in world-class technologies, and leverage our core competences. In order to holistically administrate exceptional synergy, we'll send a brand trajectory using management philosophy and advance our market share. What exactly? Engineers or technical experts, on the other hand, love to use words that simply no one understands, like an ecolathon, for example. What on earth is that? And this has been a subject of numerous parodies as well. For a number of years now, work has been proceeding in order to bring perfection to a crudely conceived idea of transmission that would not only supply inverse reactive current for use in unilateral phase detractors, but also would be capable of automatically synchronizing cardinal grammar meters. When managers say breakthrough technology, this is probably way too abstract. When I hear a phrase like this from a client of mine, I have to clarify. I go, no, what do you mean? And they say, well, it's an extremely powerful computer. And I'm like, what kind of a computer? Is it a personal computer, a mainframe? What is it? They say, no, it's a supercomputer. All right, okay, what kind of a supercomputer? And they go, okay, it's a Cray Jaguar supercomputer. And this one is, of course, very easy because this is a one-of-a-kind computer. It's a 1.759 petaflops computer, which is in Oak Ridge Laboratory in Tennessee, which is probably way too concrete, and this is how the engineer would put it. So there are different degrees of abstraction, and one can go too concrete or not concrete enough. And this, of course, depends on the speaker as well as on the audience as well. Of course, if you are communicating with expert audience, you would need a much deeper level of specificity. Let's deal with the too abstract problem first. Now, abstractions are concepts rather than physical things. It's very easy to visualize Apple, it's very hard to visualize, I don't know, capitalism, right? If you try to imagine capitalism, well, you will be having hard times doing so. Very hard to visualize and very hard to understand. Produce a lot of difference in understanding. If I say food, if you Google food, food could mean all kinds of things for different people. If you Google burger, well, I know there are a couple of different burgers out there, but most people would have this image in their mind. Much more precise thing to say. Even if I say to Google instead of to search, to Google is a very concrete thing to do. I know you can Google on your desktop, on your laptop or on your cell phone, but to search is a way more abstract thing to, like, how can I search? I can search with all kinds of things. So, as much as possible, try to be concrete. Describe things that you can see in real life. I know people are trying to use all kinds of props to visualize abstract concepts, like, for example, scribing is very popular now, but I don't think that helps actually. Brand trajectory is still a very abstract concept, and those pretty pictures don't really help. I still have no clue what the person saying means by that. This, on the other hand, works. We are in a bad shape. Now, what does that mean? That could mean lots of things for different people. And the visual here is pretty strong. We're in bad shape. That means that we're in a free fall, right? We as a company. This, I think, works perfectly. So try to be concrete as much as possible. Provide real-life examples. Richer visual experience. Now, what on earth is richer visual experience? We don't use those kinds of language when we communicate to our friends. Right? I'm not, hi George, what, I had a very rich visual experience here. It sounds bizarre, right? People don't do this. And what they actually mean in this particular context is that the virtual reality experience is more immersive. I know that immersive might sound like a difficult word, but actually it's not. We know what immersion means, and we know what immersion means in context of virtual reality experience. So, as much as possible, try to use simple, everyday, clear, understandable words. Getting back to that Al Gore example, we must quickly mobilize the whole paragraph of abstract things, then another paragraph of abstract things, and another, until finally we arrive to a paragraph which is understandable, a paragraph about Gandhi.